what is wellness? Because that's something, because we come to somebody like you for wellness, but then I think people don't have their own communication with their own body and understand their own wellness. I think our minds, this is a lot of questions in it. Let's start with wellness, but then I want to go to the power of the mind too. There's so many things that I kind of have jotted down on top of it, but why don't we go wellness first? Because it's amazing, because you got glaucoma at such a young age, and it's you read anything on the internet, you Google, well, if you get macular degeneration, you'll lose your eyesight in 10 years. But then again, who are these people and what's the study from? Glaucoma, the same thing, right? But who are these people and where did the study come from? And the Google doctors, which I call most people are Google doctors, right? The Google doctors go and they don't understand that there's a wellness plan to preserve your health, right? Beneath the surface of all the statistics from all the doom, all the Western medicine doctors that prescribe the drugs and give you the diagnosis that scares the bejesus out of you. So wellness, and I'm leading up to this, what is wellness? Because I know it's a very expansive mind, body, a lot of mindset, a lot of connecting to your own source, but add into that, wellness, your definition of wellness.
Yeah, it has to be something more than just, well, I don't have any diagnosis, right? Or even I'm symptom free. People who have come to me over the years with a recent diagnosis of cancer, usually fairly advanced cancer, and they're in shock because they thought that they had the best, highest level of wellness of anybody around them. Why? Because what they said, I didn't even get the flu for the last 10 or 20 years. And other people around me were sick, once, twice a year. I didn't get sick at all. So there's something that we're missing in our conception of what is health, what's the dynamics of health. Why is it that people who get a fever once or twice a year are less likely to get that diagnosis of cancer? Because the fever is not the problem. The fever is not the real not the disease. It's a symptom. What is a symptom? A symptom is an expression of our immune system doing something. Inflammation is caused by the immune system, right? And we have systems that reduce inflammation as well. The adrenals in particular are the counterbalancing. Everything is counterbalanced in the body. So the thymus, the immune system, promotes inflammation. So we need inflammation in order to cleanse our body out. And when we have a flu reaction, say it's a gut flu, and we have diarrhea, and it's very uncomfortable. So we call that disease, right? And okay, we can say that's disease, but it's also the prevention of other chronic disease, because that acute reaction is the body's way of cleaning out that tissue. If it's a virus that's triggering it, okay, we're exposed to a virus, intestinal flu, boom, the immune system reacts, and the actual symptoms are not caused by the virus, but by the immune reaction. And the immune reaction is not just to the virus, it's to the tissue that's affected, and it has a generalized cleansing effect. So we have to really turn our thinking around about what is wellness and versus what is disease. What's the meaning of a symptom? If we were to be able to find something that would totally cure and prevent colds and flus, we'd wind up with a lot more cancer. So do we want to do that? We've had recent, vaccinations developed for coronavirus. That's the cold. If I remember my mentors 30 years ago saying, hey, if they ever come up with a cure for the common cold, watch out. We're going to see a lot more cancer. What are we seeing now? We're seeing a lot more cancer just in the last year or so. So we need to work with the body. And if we have a symptom, realize there's two ways to treat that. We can suppress it. We can suppress the immune system. We can stop the healing process that's represented by that symptom, or we can support the completion of the healing process. Either one of those is going to end the symptoms, reduce the symptoms, end the symptoms. But in one case, we wind up deeper in the hole of susceptibility for disease. And the other case, we come out of it actually healthier than at the start of the illness.